All right, we're talking about my 1436 aluminum V John boat, some people like to call. It's not really. I've been working on the back. I wanted to use a pedestal because I'm running a long shaft motor. I love this motor, don't want to get rid of it, and got it lined up, but it's a little high here, and frankly I don't like sitting so low in these seats, so I like the idea of being up a little higher, throw the fish line, see over the head of the person in the front seat or someone sitting up on the bow deck. I just like the idea of getting up a little higher, and I had this pedestal. I tried it on the aluminum seat. I already had a swivel on here, and this thing was already ripped. I didn't rip it, but it just was floppy, and so I took it out and put a little piece of structure in there, and I built this board now. This board, I could just put the board down back there and build a little bit of a riser off this foot, and it looks pretty sweet, you know. It would look good back there on the bench, but and I think it'd be supportive with a, you know, something bleed. So this is flexi, but with a foot it would be fine. However, these things have foam in them, and the motor's on the back, so if this thing ever sank, I like the idea. Matter of fact, this boat has capsized in the past and it floated, so I know the float works, so kind of want to keep it. So putting this back on, I'm going to use some Loctite Marine on the top here, put some sealant in the holes. Already did these, countersink these screws, mounted on there nice and tight, and the pedestal is going to go on here. Stainless steel, guys, to finish this up with. Put one here, and then matching bolts that are going to go right here. This can of Loctite Marine, Loctite PL Marine. Okay, I drilled out my holes a little more, and I put the marine glue on top, adhesive, and I'm about to flip it over and shove my screws through. Holes have sealant in them, and see how it goes. Also ran sealant on both of the bases. Probably should. Never did say what I painted this with. This paint was an oil-based marine paint that I used originally, so I just went back here, actually hit it with a oil stain first to seal up the piece of wood. I had this wood for like 20 years, and it's soft pine. It's nothing nice. We had it had a shelving unit made out of it, and I just used it again. Let's see if it holds up. If it doesn't, we'll just go buy a nicer piece of wood. And because I had to realign some holes and stuff, and to get up in there to put the bolts on was a beast. Don't use your socket set, use an open end. It worked much better. It's even worse back here. If you clean marine adhesive, acetone works pretty well. Gets it off most of the stuff. Here's what it looks like from the back. Engine's down so you get an idea. Get a nice low approach to the engine tiller. And more than that, you're sitting up like this. Sorry for the mess, but you're sitting up high, you know. So you look over top of all this. That's what it looks like. I think I get a lot less torque against that wood having the swivel down here, and it works just fine. Like I said, I mounted this straight to a swivel on this aluminum bench, but the bench is sturdy as I wanted it to be, so I went back. That's the whole point of this project, throw that wood on there. There she goes.